Florida's most prominent elected officials took center stage for day 2 of the RNC in Milwaukee.
Yeah, much of today's message focused on safety. Lorena Inclán is in Milwaukee with what Florida's leaders had to say.
We are just blocks away from the reception that will be held for the Florida delegation hosted by the Commissioner of Agriculture tonight, where the delegates will make their way there to continue celebrating tonight after hearing speeches from former opponents of the former president, now turned allies, showing a unified front. The theme for day 2 was Make America Safe Once Again, which meant safety and issues happening at the southern border were some of the main messages speakers shared tonight. The Republican nominee for president himself, Donald Trump, making another appearance on the convention floor for the second consecutive day. He was present to hear the speeches of his former opponents, starting with Governor Ron DeSantis, who drew cheers with a fiery speech.
America cannot afford 4 more years of a weekend at Bernie's presidency. But let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Biden is just a figurehead. He's a tool for imposing a leftist agenda on the American people.
But one of the most anticipated speeches came from Ambassador Nikki Haley, who ran against Trump in the Republican primaries. Tonight, she spoke directly to those who are still unsure about voting for him.
My message to them is simple. You don't have to agree with Trump 100% of the time to vote for him. Take it from me, I haven't always agreed with President Trump. But we agree more often than we disagree.
Senator Rick Scott also taking the stage, praising what he considers to be Trump's accomplishments.
Under Trump, we had a booming economy. We weren't at war. Our enemies feared us. Our allies respected us. We had a secure border. Inflation and mortgage rates were low. And families had money in the bank.
Closing out the night with a primetime speaking slot was Trump's former 2016 presidential race opponent, turned ally, and even considered for running mate, Senator Marco Rubio.
We must stand up, and we must fight. Fight not with violence or destruction, but with our voices and our votes. Fight not against each other, but for the hopes and dreams we share in common and make us one.
The message tonight, especially coming from former opponents of Donald Trump, is to show a unified front in the Republican Party. Trump himself in the audience, watching all the speeches and smiling. Reporting in Milwaukee, Lorena Inclán, NBC6 News.